iFILM, London. iFILM, London.
This is Coogan Cassis for iFILM London. We're at the Albert Hall here in Nottingham. With me, I've got two-time world champion Carl FROCH. How are you, Carl?
I'm very good, thank you.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how annoyed are you right now with press conferences and interviews and talk?
It's not the best thing to do before the fight, but it's a necessary evil. You know, you need to talk to people and do the press conferences. But it's not been too bad today, actually. You know, there was plenty of questions fired out when we was on the top table, and then we've done a big stampede. So it took about an hour and a half to get through everything, and I think you're the last man standing. So
I'm always the last man standing, Carl. Carl, were you at all ever worried about Lucian's injury that was announced a few weeks ago? Did this ever play in your mind?
I was thinking to myself, oh, is the fight off? Is it on? What's going off? Can I go and eat some cheesecake? But no such luck. But no, it was fine. I didn't want the fight to be put off, and I certainly don't want a fighter to be injured and the fight get delayed, because the fans have really pulled it in for me. There's 9,000, the place is sold out. So it would have been a huge disappointment. But I spoke to Eddie after I'd heard that he potentially was pulling out of an injury, and he reassured me that he'd spoke to his team and he was fine. So that was out of my mind straight away.
There were a few supporters for Lucian BUTE here at the press conference, and they continually chanted BUTE, BUTE all the way through. Do you think that was to roll you up a little bit?
It could have been. You know, Jean Pascal's team did the same thing outside the changing rooms on the night, and it drives me on, it spurs me on. Somebody thinking that they can make noise and try and intimidate me, it's comical, you know. So no, that don't bother me. It just makes me laugh.
I'm trying to work out if your personality, whether you're a serious dude. Would you consider yourself to be a serious dude?
I'm serious when I need to be. You know, there's no need to be like Mr. Tough Guy and Mr. What you're looking at. Can I help you? You know, they're all sort of intense. And
Are you talking to me then? Was you?
You didn't look worried anyway. No, I'm relaxed and I'm confident in what I do. I enjoy my work. I enjoy boxing. But there comes a time, you know, I've worked in pubs for years, and you get people challenging your masculinity, and even on the pool table or the card games and that. And I've grew up in pubs in a very man's environment. My dad was very rough as a kid. It was rough bringing me up, and you know, I don't see the need for road rage or problems in pubs. And he's harder than you, and he can knock you out, and I can beat you up. Big deal, you know. I get paid to box. I do something I enjoy, and I love the sport. And that's where my fighting stays. I've got nothing to prove outside the ring. And I think that attitude and that demeanour about me comes across in my personality. And I'm very settled now as well. I've got my beautiful partner Rachel. I've got a son, Rocco. He's nearly 2 years old. And when you've got your own kids, you realise there's more important things in life than anything. You know, your kids just take over. And boxing's, you know, paramount for me. It's a top thing. It's what I do. It's what I love. It's how I earn a living. But after that, it's my family, and I've got no need to have attitude or have beef with anybody, or, you know, cause problems for anybody. I'm a very placid, nice guy. I really am.
There's been some talk on Twitter and all these various websites and boxing forums that this is sort of last chance saloon for you. That if you don't beat Lucian BUTE, then, you know, where do you go from there? Is that the way you look at this fight? Not
really, no. I'm fighting the best of the best. I'm fighting for a world title, and if you fall short at world level, where do you go? I don't know. You get to Mikel Kessler and try and beat him, or you get a rematch with Pascal, or you look at some of the other top fighters, because I'm fighting at world level. As long as I've still got the desire, I will keep fighting. I'm loving what I'm doing, and I've not won every single fight I've had. But let's not forget, I've only lost against Mikel Kessler in a disputed decision out in Denmark against the Danish kid. And I've lost to Ward, and I can't see anybody beating Ward. The way in which Ward fights is very effective and very good at what he does, but he's a spoiler. So who's going to beat Ward, you know? So you can understand people saying he's coming off a loss, and if he fights BUTE and he doesn't win, then where does he go from here? Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, but, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to beat BUTE, and I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. And I could very happily retire after this fight, you know, retire, feet up, relaxing in the sun. But I enjoy the sport. I don't get hurt when I'm fighting. I enjoy the training, and the desire's still there. I do the weight very easily. So why would I retire if it goes wrong? But we'll cross that bridge if it comes, you know. I'm confident I'm going to beat BUTE and become 3 times world champion on Saturday night. And that's all I'm focusing on. Nothing else at all.
All right, well, Carl, thank you very much for talking to iFILM London. I sincerely hope you become that three-time world champion on Saturday. I'll be there. iFILM London will be there. Forget all these other channels you've been talking to today. This is the one you've got to worry about.
iFILM London is the one. I'm telling you. Look at that. iFILM London. It makes sense. It's always a good interview with iFILM London now. You know, you look at a different side, a different angle. You see a different side of the personality because it's not all the same old questions. And I'll shut up now, but it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Just finally, have you seen a video called "On the Boardwalk with Eddie Hearn"? On the Boardwalk with Eddie Hearn.
On the Boardwalk of Eddie Hearn? I think I have, yeah.
It's where we found some fans on the boardwalk in Atlantic City that were calling you Carl Foot.
Cold foot.
I'm going to tweet it to you later on. Have a look out for it because it's probably one of the best videos you'll ever see if you haven't already seen it.
I've seen On the Boardwalk and I've seen your face on it, but I've not watched it. I've seen it on there. You know, the frozen caption's got Eddie. Yeah, I've seen it, but no, I've not seen it yet. So that's my first job when I get home.
Okay. Carl FROCH, thank you very much and good luck for Saturday.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.